Our lesson for today is the passive voice. Hi, girls. Today we're going to be talking about the passive voice. Now, the passive voice, you can think of it as maybe sunglasses, something that anybody can wear. Tall people can wear sunglasses, short people can wear sunglasses, Chinese people can wear sunglasses, Arab people can wear sunglasses. The passive voice is the same thing. It works on any tense. It can work on present simple, past simple, present continuous, past continuous, any tense you can think of, the passive voice can work on it. Okay, so today we're only going to be talking about the present simple passive voice and the difference between active and passive sentences. So, what is the active voice? Basically, the active voice is the regular sentences that we use. It occurs when the subject of the sentence is performing the action of the verb. So, we have a subject and the subject is doing something. So let's look at the following example. We have the chef cooks the fish to perfection. What is the subject here? The chef. What is he doing? He cooks. Okay, so this is a regular sentence and this sentence is in the active voice. What is the passive voice? So the passive voice is something that we use for sentences when we want to show the action that is being done, okay? And that the action is more important than the person or thing doing the action. Or sometimes we don't know who's doing the action. In Arabic, we might call it il-majhul. So let's look at an example, the same example that I gave for the active sentence, but in the passive voice. The fish is cooked to perfection by the chef. Okay, so in the active voice, we said the chef cooks the fish to perfection. Okay, and now the chef is the subject, and what does he do? He cooks the fish. In this sentence, we see the fish becomes the subject, and the fish does not cook. It is cooked, okay, to perfection by the chef. This is in the passive voice. So the action here, which is the fish is cooked, is more important than the person who is doing it, who is the chef. So what's the difference between the active voice and the passive voice again? In the active voice, the subject of the sentence performs the action. Okay, so the chef cooks the fish. This is the active voice. In the passive voice, the subject of the sentence receives the action. Okay, so something is being done to the subject. The fish is cooked. Here's an example of the active voice and the passive voice. So here, the first one, wild penguins attacked my sister. Wild penguins is the subject, and what did they do? They attacked my sister. Okay, هجموا على أختي. In the passive voice, it would be my sister was attacked by wild penguins. Okay, so this is actually the past simple passive, and we're not looking at it. We're not going to details into the past simple passive, but this is just an example of how the subject is switched in these two sentences. So here's the form for the present simple passive. We have the subject, is, are, and we can sometimes use am, but we rarely use am. So it's the form of be in the present simple, plus verb 3, plus by, only if it's necessary. يعني إذا ضروري to put by, then we put by. If you don't know the subject or the person doing the action, then you don't need to put by. Okay, so let's look at the example that we have here. Students are taught English by teachers at schools. Okay, so here we have the students are the subject. We have are, which is a form of be. we have taught, which is the verb 3. By teachers is the person, or in the grammar form, we would call it the agent, the person doing the action, which is the teachers. Okay, and at school is actually any information. So whenever you guys see prepositional phrases, just put it towards the end of the sentences. So this is a little for your information. We were talking about the by. If we think it's necessary, okay, daruri, to mention who does the action, we can do so by adding by. Okay, so if it's something important, if to know who is doing the action, then we can just put it at the end of the sentence by adding by. So we have, for example, English is taught by Miss Iman at Dar al Hikmah School. So English is the subject, is the form of be, taught, verb 3, by Miss Iman. Okay, so this is the person doing the action. And this is how we actually switch from active to passive. So here we have the sentence, he opens the door. He is the subject. What does he do? He opens what? The door. Okay, so how does it switch around? We do the object, which is the door, okay, المفعول به, becomes the subject. The door is opened, okay, so opens, it's a present simple verb. What do? We switch it, okay, to be plus verb 3. Because he, or the door, is singular, هي مفرد, okay, the door, it's going to take is and not are. The door is opened, okay, opens, turns to verb 3, opened, by him. Now, by him is not really necessary, but you guys can add it, okay? So, this is the agent, okay? The door is opened by him, and this is how you switch from active to passive. So here are some examples of how to use the passive in the affirmative, in the negative form, in the question form, okay? So we have the first one, he writes a letter. Okay, this is an active sentence. How do we switch it to passive? A letter is written by him. A letter is written by him. So this is an affirmative, it's a regular sentence. How does it look in the negative form? He does not write a letter. He does not write a letter. A letter is not written by him. So here, girls, notice that when we want to put the negative form, we add it to the be. So it's going to be isn't or aren't. Let's look at the question form. Does he write a letter? So this is present simple. Does he write a letter? We switch it. Is a letter written by him? So we start the question with the be. Is a letter written, verb 3, by him? And here we have they sell books. This is a active plural sentence, okay? They sell books. Books, because it's plural, okay, jama', it takes the are. Books are sold by them, okay? So we have here be plus verb 3, are sold. Here, she helps me. I am helped by her. So this is what I was talking about in am, okay? We don't use it very often, but we can use it. So the me turns into I because I am the subject, not the maf'ul bihi anymore. I'm not the object. I am now the subject in the passive. So I am helped by her. So girls, that's the end of the lesson for today. you guys have homework in the pupils book, pages 84 and 85, from exercise 4 to exercise 10. And in the workbook, you have pages 64 and 65, exercises 2, 5, and 6. I hope you guys understood the lesson, but if you have any questions, you are free to ask me at any time. Thank you for listening. Good luck and goodbye.